Dear believers, this is just encouragement for you. I actually took time to read Matthew 28:16 through 20, and there was a part in there that just really stuck out to me that I really wanted to take time to just share an encouragement to my fellow people in the body. And that was: the 11 disciples traveled to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had directed them. When they saw him, they worshiped. And that really stuck out to me. When they saw him, they worshiped. When they saw him, they worshiped. And I just began to pray for the heart, that I'm always aware of the presence of the Lord. Pray for the response of worship. Pray the response of worship. I think sometimes our worship can be contingent on how we feel. Our worship can be contingent on, I worship because it was a good week, or I was able to worship because the Lord's been answering prayers, or I'm able to worship because, or worship for, I'm worshiping because I want a good week, or I'm worshiping because I have been praying for something. And all that is cool, but I primarily encourage us to be sensitive to the Spirit of the Lord, to the presence of the Lord, that we worship simply because he is. Simply because he is, and he is here. And for the believer, his presence is always present. It's always present. That was another thing that I pray for, that I don't just see his presence as something that I go into, or that it's more potent on Sundays at service, or if I'm at a certain spiritual event. But the fact that I abide in him and he abides in me, that his presence is always around, and that I'm more aware of his presence, that I'm sensitive to his presence, and that I worship him just because he is, that I'm in awe of him, that my heart responds to him, his presence. So he doesn't have to do signs and wonders for me to worship. He doesn't have to answer certain prayers for me to worship. He doesn't have to do anything miraculous for me to worship. But he's simply deserving of it. And so because I was able to see him, because I'm able to experience him, because I'm able to dwell with him, then I worship, because he is worthy of it. And so I really just wanted to encourage us to remember that piece, and to keep on believing.